Hello and welcome to this short video about Jaguar XK8 10 steps to fitting clear reflectors and LED bulbs. This is video 48 in my series of XK8 videos. In this video I'm going to show you how I fitted clear reflectors to my car and added bulb holders and tried out a series of LED bulbs. Now if you go towards the end of the video you can see a series of LED bulbs, red and white, actually in the real reflector. First of all, step 1, sourcing the parts. Now the clear reflector lenses are available via eBay, user 8RU. There will be a link to his shop in the video description, and these are available for £65. They're OEM quality, very, very good, and they're a direct replacement to the amber ones. In order to make the bulbs, the reflectors light up, we need to add a bulb holder. The bulb holders are standard, as used in Mondeo and other Ford cars. It's this exact one here I used. Now you will have, if you're adding clear indicators at the same time, you could use the ones that come with those, the new ones, or you'll also need 2 more, so you just need 2 pairs. You need 4 altogether. The actual bulbs are T10, 501, W5W, 12 volts. There's lots of selections of bulbs. What you need to be aware of is dimensions. Normal dimensions for T10 bulbs are 23 to 24 millimeters long and roughly 10 millimeters in diameter. The LED bulbs here are various diameters and lengths, as long as it's less than 12 millimeter, because this is in diameter, because this is the opening in the bulb holder, and the length in the reflectors can be up to 40 mil max. On the indicators it's 32. So please be aware of that if you're buying LED bulbs. Most of the LED bulbs don't get much longer than 38 mil, in my experience. Step 2, the tools you're going to need are some clear silicone sealant, bathroom sealant, some chrome spray, some super glue, and a sharp knife or knives. Also need a hand drill and a diameter 12 millimeter drill bit. Step 3, removing the reflectors. So before we start looking at removing, just look at the reflector design. There are 2 metal clips each end shown in the yellow arrows. These are actually the bits that hold the reflector in against the wing and the rear bumper. Now you need to compress these from inside the body panel. Unlike the indicators, you can't do it from outside the car. You need to be inside depressing those too. So here you go. From the front, you need to get in through the lamp access panel in the inner wing liner and just pop it out. Compress those clips. It should pop out. There you go. Very easy. The rear, very same. You just get straight under the bumper. You should be able to feel the lamp and the clips. Pop the one end out, then the back, and it just pops out. Very easy to come out. There you go. Step 4, removing the amber reflector lens. So in order to do this, you get a sharp blade or knife into the end and just get it opened up and run it along the length of the lens. Be very careful, obviously the knives are sharp. You don't want to hurt yourself while you're doing this. But the instructions that came with these lenses, this is the method they prescribed, and I find it worked. It's very good. A lot of dirt came out of my lenses, obviously they'd be well used. They are just glued on originally, so you're just breaking the glue in between the lens and the holder. Halfway off now. See, it's coming away. Almost there. Give it a bit of a tweak. There you are. And boom. There you go. Look at all the dirt and rubbish come out of there. There you go. And there's the lens off. Now, once the lens is off, you'll notice there is some residual glue left. You need to just clean that off with a sharp knife again, because that glue will be seen through the clear reflector. You need to make sure all the glue is taken away. Step 5, bulb location. So we're going to try and fit the standard bulb holder into there, but unfortunately there's no hole currently in UK versions, so we're going to have to drill a just over 12mm diameter hole in the body of that. So I used a pilot drill just to get me started, get it roughly in the center, line it up. I should have probably sent to pop the hole really. Stop all this messing about. I apologize for how rough this looks. There you go. Get it up to higher speed. These it's very easy to drill this plastic, and it's very easy to move the center of the drill. And as I'm drilling these, I'm moving it to try and get it more central. I've got the hole somewhere near centralized. Go towards my 12mm drill bit. Put that in. Make the bigger hole. Oh, need to turn the speed down for the bigger drill. Okay, quietly. Now what I'm doing here, I'm trying to centralize the hole. I'm moving it slightly side to side and pulling it to get it more and more towards the center. Yeah, somewhere near there now. Push it back that way a little bit. And we are through. No. A little bit more. I say very easy to drill these. You've got to be careful. They are broke through. Right. Somewhere near the center. Jobs are good then. Next, I've got to actually put the notches in that retain the bulb holder. So you have to cut these at 180 degrees from each other. So with a piece of wood supporting the reflector housing, just trying to cut a slot in the end there. Just try and dig that out. There you go, somewhere near. So I've developed from there. Once I got it somewhere near, test fit. There you go. And notice there is a slight gap between the back of the O-ring there. They're not flush fitting because they aren't the proper housing. So what I did, I took the O-rings off and packed the O-ring up slightly forward with a bit of a fibre washer to make sure that O-ring sat in its groove or in the housing to stop any water ingress. What I don't want to do is all these reflectors to fill up with water, especially if you've got bulbs in. Step 6, renewing the chrome. So my experience was out of the 4 reflectors I had, 2 had good chrome, very similar to the top picture, but 2 had quite poor chrome, where the chrome had actually come away. There was hardly any on, one in particular, the one in the middle. So I actually resprayed 2 of them. One side of my vehicle's got chrome on, the other one's got resprayed chrome. Give you an idea of what that looked like. This is the chrome, the nicer chrome one, the OEM chrome. And this one here is the resprayed chrome. It's not as good, but it's not bad. It's better than silver, I think. Not bad. So I resprayed 2 of them. This was the effect. The one in my hand is the resprayed chrome. The one in the car is actually the original chrome. There is a little bit of a difference, but not a lot in it. Step 7, glue on the reflector. So now to glue it on, you just run glue all the way along the edge or the corner of the reflector housing. Ideally being a bit more careful than me. This is the first one I try to do on camera, a bit messy, especially around that corner there. Do not wipe off any glue from that chrome surface. All you do is wipe off the glue and the chrome, and it'll look worse than leaving the glue there. Apologies, a little bit messy, but you can't really see it once the reflector's on. I did a better job of the other 3, to be honest. There you go. So all the way around with the glue, and then simply push the 2 together, adding a little bit of pressure, making sure the reflector seats right. They fit very snugly. They're really good quality reflectors, these. There you go. And it's literally stuck, as easy as that. Step 8. Seal the reflector. As I said previously, I'm very concerned about water getting in there. So with the silicone sealant and a little screwdriver, I'm just working sealant into the gap between the grey housing and the clear reflector lens. There is a small gap there that over time water would get in. So literally with the screwdriver, just working into the surface, working into that gap, hopefully stopping the water getting in. So I went all the way around with that. And then finally, the wiring harness. So whether you believe it or not, all Jaguars have the wiring harness fitted to have bulbs in the reflectors. In the front, you have to go in the bulb access panel again in the inner wing and just push out the wiring harness. It's probably clipped in with that grommet in some part of I think it's in the bumper. In the rear, it's clipped into the chassis leg just behind the exhaust hanger, and you just pull them out and push them through the hole and take off the plastic grommet piece that's connected to the connector. Step 10, fit and test. So here I'll start with the normal white bulb in my reflector, my rear reflector, just as show every bulb. So that was clear normal filament bulb, then a clear or white LED bulb. A lot brighter, cleaner light, obviously with the LED. That was the 5 LED type. Now I'll try another LED type. You've got to be careful. This LED bulb was just about the size of the hole, so got to be careful it doesn't get stuck in there. This was the 2 cob filament. These look very good. These are you don't get the fried egg look with those. Very bright light. Lovely. Almost a DRL look about that. Next, we tried some colour bulbs, so we're going to the red filament bulb now. This is what I'm going to use red bulbs on the rear. So here we are, there's a red normal filament bulb. Not that impressed with that. Then try the LED, the red LED 5 LED bulb. I think this was the wrong voltage bulb. I bought some of these. You could buy them in 12 or 24 volts. Wasn't paying enough attention to the eBay listing. Bit of a tip. Be careful which voltage because they do come in 12 and 24. Then here we have the red 2 cob. These come in glass outers. Are very, very impressive. Good quality. Nice red light. Again, with that one, you don't get the fried egg look. Then we have the gel CAN bus bulb. This gave a very, very red light. The amount of red, this was probably the best red light. It's a very, very strong red light, but maybe a little bit too bright. So my favourite out of them all was the 2 cob filament with a glass outer. So I'm going to use that to start with. I might play around. They're very easy to take out and just change the bulbs. So I'll start with that one at the moment. Right, problems. There was some problems. The bulbs are a different colour to the other colours on the car. So for example, on the front, the white LED on the front repeater or reflector isn't the same as the colour of the normal side light bulb in the lamp, which I'd left the original filament type. So I changed that to LED. Oh, there's questionable about the legal point of that, but the problem really is the colours. Once you start putting LED bulbs in, all the other bulbs around the car don't look the right colour, including the red light on the back. So there is an argument to say just stick with normal bulbs, then all the colours will match up and it's easier and it's lawful. Second problem was residual voltage, not really that big a problem, but once you switch the car up, all these 4 bulbs will just light up ever so slightly for a few minutes until the residual voltage goes down. Not a big issue. This is only with LED bulbs, obviously. It can be solved with adding load resistors, but I don't think it's really necessary, particularly because you don't get any CAN bus errors because it's not in the CAN bus system. So there you go. Clear side reflectors added. I hope you find that useful. If you're going to add clear reflectors to your car and you're playing about with the idea of lighting them up with LED bulbs or bulbs at all, please like, share, comment and subscribe if you'd like to see more XK8 videos.